And Martin Luther King, his goal was to walk down the street one day with a white girl. We don't call that progress. No white woman watching this show or no white man in his or her right mind, white man, want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, in return introducing their grandchildren as half brown, kinky head Negroes. They don't want it. And
why
not? Why not? You know why not. Nobody else, and I'll tell you something else. Why not? For what? Every man likes a son who look like himself. I love my little boy. And my wife, pretty brown girl, look like me. I love my daughters. I don't want no blonde-headed, green-eyed daughters.
No, sure, everybody wants a child.
Looks like himself.
No, everyone wants a child that looks like the combination of himself and the woman he loves. Yeah. And therefore, if the combination comes out coffee, what's wrong with that?
No, I'll tell you what, the integrated couples don't make it. I can name them all week. They just don't make it, and the world's against it. If God's against it, it ain't because we hate each other. Bluebirds and redbirds are both birds, but they don't get along. Pigeons and eagles don't fly together. The buzzards, everything hangs out with its own. White people, culture's different from black people. Puerto Ricans and Indonesians cannot integrate. Egyptians and Germans cannot integrate. Australians and Mexicans cannot integrate. They have different foods, they have different music, different cultures. See, you white and I'm black. If white people have a party tonight and black people have a party, the party will be 100% different. The music, I go in a white restaurant, we integrate today, right? You go in a white restaurant, you gotta look all day on the jukebox to find some music.
No. At our party, we'll have Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, and...
Let me tell you now, if I go play a jukebox in a white restaurant, anybody black Italian here, you gotta look all over that box for some black music. Hank Snow, Johnny Cash.
Listen to reason. Interracial mixing to the point of offspring is a type of genocide, especially for the Ethiopian race, because true members of the Ethiopian race have kinky hair, and in this world in which we all live, people with kingly hair are not usually treated and accepted the same way that people with straight hair are. And this is no secret to anyone who observes persons, attitudes, and positions. Therefore, miscegenation, particularly with the Caucasian race, is genocide for the Ethiopian race, since no one with Ethiopian race blood in his or her veins is accepted in the Caucasian race as a member. Hence, all mixed members of the Ethiopian and Caucasian races are forced to become members of the Ethiopian race, and thereby this spells genocide for the beautiful, kinky-haired black race. This has to stop at some point before the Ethiopian race be destroyed by interracial sexual mixing and breeding throughout the world. Members of the Ethiopian race, we must suppress our emotions, wantonness, gullibility for members of other ethnic races, or be destroyed racially by sex, lewdness, and lust. What you think is love is only lust, and it is true that lustful love is a diabolical monster. Let it be remembered always, and let it be known.
Just kidding.
I had a question. I've never introduced my father to anybody who I was dating or courting or talking to like that, because it's always strict. So if I wasn't gonna marry him, I just never brought him around, because it can be awkward. But you and your father, how was that an awkward conversation for you to come to the minister and say, "And Dad, this is who I'm with"?
Oh hell. Awkward. The minister got darker without being going to Phoenix and get a tan. What? You did what, son? My mother, same way. Mm. My sisters, Bubbles. All right, hold on. She wanted to say hi to you all,
Yes, sir.
All right, come on, let's go. She wants a treat. I gotta fake one out so I can get it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I love animals.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me 1 second, family.
Yes, sir. I'll hold it down while you go. Yes, sir. And I want to, in the middle of a conversation of Brother Joshua, telling the minister for the first time Okay, boom, and he's right back. Okay, yes, sir. So you go and you tell your parents, and then what happens after that?
Well, they were, man, they couldn't believe it. After all they did to our people and all that we've been through, and I had to hear it all the time. So I moved. I moved out of the area and I moved downstate Illinois to Decatur, and didn't see me for a while. So 3, 4, 5 months went by and called me up, son, I want you to come up. I want to have dinner with you. And I come back and I'm glowing. I look good. I sound good. You know, I cleaned up my life. And he's like, damn.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir.
He says, boy, son, this is a trial for me, but damn. Allah's God. But I got my son back.
Allahu Akbar. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Yes, sir. That's amazing to hear, Bridget. That's amazing to hear. And man, it's just amazing. And after, was there anybody you weren't nervous about telling?
Man, nope. Imagine me coming to Savior's Day with my white wife and my daughter.
Spiritually, emotionally, well, I grew up with her. That happens too. I grew up with, we were children. Okay, that happens. Like there are different, see the thing is, it is a reality where a lot of brothers get successful, you get a little bit of money, and then you start getting rich and you go up there, you get your contract, signing party, NBA, etc. And this white girl comes up and starts finishing your sentences. She knows so much about you all of a sudden. You really think that she wasn't sent? So let me say this, bro. Some of us are so damn naive that you think all of a sudden all these women just interested in you. I'm just saying specifically for those.
Yes.
You wasn't interesting before to them. Now you get money and some fame. Now they're interested. Please look at that. Then go to the other side and look at, wait a minute. You have family and friends that you grew up with. Who was there with you? Who was always down for you? Look at them. Okay. Let's look at this in layers. And if you do get successful, just say it's because that's the person you want to be with, and don't generalize all black women and say it's because of y'all. No. That's where a lot of brothers start getting that heat because they get with the white girl and it's like, that's fine. But then they compare her to the black women generally. And it's like, oh, just say because that's what's best for you.
Yes, sir.
And then you can hear them murmuring.
Yes, sir.
And then some say it's, it's not their will, it's God's will. Whatever Allah permits. But the brother has had a great sacrifice and done great work for the nation and continues to do great work for the nation.
That's right.
But I got used to the daggers, man. You know what I'm saying? When I came in, and I wore my earrings and then I'm wearing a ponytail or, I didn't care. After, the brother's a drug addict. The brother, he drinks and he parties and yeah, I did all of it. So.
Bro, because if you want to go historically and up to the present, the white woman was worse than the white man when it came to black men. Let's make that very clear. There's why I'm just being real, Adam. We're gonna talk. All right.
Here I am.
Allahu Akbar.
So with all them stabbings and everybody with their self-righteous butt, I got used to it, So, like the minister, he's a bigot, he's a anti-Semite, he's a hater, you know, he's this and that. And to be denounced by people that he worked close with.
No intelligent black man in this audience, no intelligent black woman in this audience want little white boys and little white girls coming to marry their sons and daughters, and in return introducing your grandchildren as little half-white, green-eyed, blonde-haired Negroes. We are not seeking to lose our identity in blood mixing and our beautiful black African history. We don't hate you. We don't hate those of you who are white. We just want to stay black. We love my color. I just love myself.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody here?
Yes, my brother. How may I help?
Yeah, are you Kalinga, leader of the People's Revolutionary Army?
Are you CIA?
No,
I am Kalinga.
I need to talk to you.
Yes. Have a seat. Would you care for something to eat? A bean pie, perhaps?
No, I'm not hungry.
Something to drink. Please sit down. Herb tea. A soda.
Okay, soda's fine.
Articulate your needs. I'm here to listen. How may I help?
Well, first of all,
it's an acquired taste. Now, how may I help you, my brother?
I'm here because I can't stand what's happening in this community.
Yes!
Yeah, and somebody has to make a change.
Yes!
Now, brother, will you help me?
Yes! Well, I wish I could.
Damn it, man, I heard the People's Revolutionary Army was once 1,000 strong. Now, what happened?
They got government jobs.
What?
You know that government office building on 25th Street?
Yeah?
We went down to take it over. But they were hiring that day. The brothers walked in with guns. Came out with jobs. The brothers weren't mad anymore. Yes. Whitey is something else.
Damn.
My great Nubian warrior. Dinner's ready.
We have a guest. Meet my old Fay wench.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Would you like to stay for dinner?
She makes the best bean dishes in all the world.
Daddy? Oh, great Black King, I finished my homework. Can you watch TV?
Let me hear your report.
Okay. Abraham Lincoln was born in a log cabin in Illinois. This poor white trash would on to become the President of the United States.
Yes?
Once in office, this white capitalist swine manipulated the freedom of the black man for his own political career. Free brother! To another piece of poor white trash, shot him in the head. The end. Woo!
Thank you, Jesus. Whitey, I am very pleased. Yes, you and your lovely sister, you may go and watch TV. Go and enjoy. Are you sure, my brother? You will not join us?
No.
Oh, bean ice cream?
Thanks, I'm regular. But I gotta be gone, man. Thanks.
Struggle!
Power to the people!
Listen to reason. At this point on the topic about religion, the writer wishes to disclose these very important facts about the nature of religion, which most members of the Ethiopian race do not know. All religions have or had physical, visible creators and carriers of those religions. And the visible creators are the physical representatives of the invisible forces that they represent. Hence, the physical, visible creators of a religion are the physical, visible God of that religion. Yet given all due credit, respect and honor to the invisible. The point is this: when a member of the Ethiopian race accepts the religion of another ethnic race as his own, he or she should know that he or she has accepted the race who created that religion as his or her visible God. And neither can that adopted member convert, become equal with, nor ever obtain power over his physical, visible religion God, the ethnic race who created the religion. Let it be remembered always, and let it be known. Listen to reason. The examples and point are this. If a member of the Ethiopian race accepts Islam as his or her religion, he or she has accepted the Phoenician race as his or her physical, visible God. If an Ethiopian by race embraces Shintoism or Confucianism as his or her religion, he should know he or she has chosen the Mongolian race as his or her physical, visible God. If a member of the Ethiopian race chooses Hinduism as his or her religion, he or she may know that he has chosen the Indian race as his or her visible, physical God. If a member of the Ethiopian race is proselyted, converted into Christianity or Judaism, he or she has accepted and embraced the Caucasian race or Aryan race as his or her physical, visible God, and neither can that convert or adopted member ever become equal with or have any true power over Caucasians or the Caucasian race, because that is his or her physical, visible God. Let it be remembered always, and let it be known.
White people are asking today, can we be saved? Can we be Muslims? He said there was a white woman in the house on 47 South Woodlawn that Friday night, and she asked, can't some of us be saved? See? White folk got more sense than you. When they hear this message, they know it's coming. They've been knowing it's coming. And white folk will beat you to the mosque if I let them in. We have to go and beg you. Will you come to the mosque, brother? If I sent word out next week that I'm teaching and all white people could come, you better get here early. Because there are white people who know that the end is in sight, and all they want to know is, can they be saved?
With regret, with great regret, there's no organization in this country that could do more for the struggling black man than the Black Muslim movement if it wanted to. But it has gotten into the possession of a man who's become senile in his old age and perhaps doesn't realize it. And then he has surrounded himself by his children, who are now in power and want nothing but luxury and security and comfort, and will do anything to safeguard their own interests. So I feel responsible for having played a major role in developing a criminal organization. It was not a criminal organization at the outstart. It was an organization that had the power, the spiritual power, to reform the criminals. And this is what you have to understand. As long as that strong spiritual power was in the movement, it gave the moral strength to the believer that would enable him to rise above all his negative tendencies. I know, because I went into the movement with more negative tendencies for the betterment of the community by any means necessary. And since tonight we had to get into this old nasty negative subject,
you mentioned conspiracy between the black Muslims and the right wing in this country. Could you elaborate on it?
I mentioned the conspiracy between the Muslims and the right wing in this country. I know for a fact that there is a conspiracy between the Muslims and the Lincoln Rockwell Nazi and also the Ku Klux Klan. There is a conspiracy.
Describe this conspiracy.
Well, the Ku Klux Klan made a deal, or were trying to make a deal with Elijah Muhammad in 1960 in the home of Jeremiah X, the minister in Atlanta at that time, who at present is the minister in Philadelphia. They were trying to make a deal with him to make available to Elijah Muhammad a county, a size tract of land in Georgia or South Carolina, where Elijah Muhammad could then induce Negroes to migrate and make it appear that his program of a segregated state or separated state was feasible. And to what extent these negotiations finally developed, I do not know, because I was not involved in them beyond the period of December 1960. But I do know that after that, Jeremiah, who was the minister throughout the South, could roam the entire South, and the Klan not bother him in any way, shape, or form, nor would they bother any of the black Muslims from then on, nor would the black Muslims bother the Klan.
Are you inferring then that because of this conspiracy, the attempt was made upon your life?
The attempt could have been made upon my life. Ask that again.
Are you inferring that because of this conspiracy, the attempt was made on your life?
Not necessarily that conspiracy. The attempt was made upon my life because I speak my mind and I know too much, and they know that I will speak it whether they like it or not. Pardon me?
Are you urging your followers to take any actions against the Muslims?
Am I urging my followers to take action against the Muslims? No. No.
You say you rely on Allah or you've always been some kind of activist. Do you still think that you're going to try to infiltrate their organization and win over some of their supporters?
Am I going to try and infiltrate their organization and win over some of their supporters? No, I have never tried to win supporters from Elijah Muhammad. Since I have left the black Muslim movement, I've spoken at these rallies. Those who come, come. Those who don't, don't. But I've never gone out of my way to win over any of his followers. And he himself is fearful because he knows that you don't have to exercise too much energy to win his followers. As soon as they know truth and compare the two. And by the way, this is the brother. Didn't even see you there, brother. This is Leon Amir, who was Cassius Clay's secretary, whom they beat unmercifully up in Boston. And the court freed the men who beat him. They fined him $100, was it? Yeah, fined him $100. And he was on the inside of the black Muslim specialty squad. And I know it. And it was he who heard Elijah Muhammad Jr. come to New York when Elijah Muhammad was at the Armory in June of last year. Junior stood up and told the fruit, many of whom are here now also, that I should have been killed, that my tongue should have been put in an envelope and sent back to Chicago by now. And because Fat Joseph had not done it, they demoted him. He remained captain, but Clarence up in Boston was put over Joseph. And Joseph's authority was curtailed. And then Clarence, the captain from Boston, and John, the captain from Springfield, came to New York to assassinate me and came to him to get a silencer and couldn't get it. So the police know this. It's not something that's new. They just wait until the job is done and then they step in.
When you say, you know that Elijah Muhammad was behind this?
Yes, now, Elijah Muhammad called all of his officials, national officials, to Chicago in October and ordered them to kill or maim any of his followers who leave him to follow me. Well, when you say, how do I know, many of the brothers who were in at that time are out now. And if this ever come into the court, there are plenty of witnesses who can stand up and testify to it. Pardon? Pardon.
This specific comment. Do you have any?
I'd rather not say at this time.
When you say you know too much, what do you mean?
Who's the next one? Give them 2 more minutes. Give them 2 more minutes and we'll end it.
You said nobody's going to clean up all of us and we'll control it. And you said, including the politics.
Yes.
So can you elaborate a little bit on
Yes.
politics?
When I said that no one can clean up our home but us, and that we will clean it up, including and no one should control it but us, including the politics. What do I mean? I mean exactly that. That the black people. You're thinking of who? Powell? Powell's one of us. No, he's not a member of our organization, but when I say he's one of us, I mean he's one of the family. And no one outside the family can get us to talk about it. If we talk about him, we talk about him within the family. But nobody outside the family can instigate us against Powell. Yes, by controlling it politically, I mean that the politics of the community of Harlem should be controlled by those of us who live in Harlem, not by somebody sitting down in Gracie Mansion. Sir? No, but the Organization of Afro-American Unity intends to get involved in every kind of action that's going on in New York City. We don't intend to let anybody downtown influence us in any way, shape, or form. We want the influence to come from Harlem and from other Harlems around the country. Now, this doesn't mean we're anti-outside of Harlem. This doesn't mean we're anti-Bronx or anti-White Plains or anti-white or anti-German or anything like that, but it means we're pro-Harlem. We're pro-ourselves. We want to start doing something for ourselves. That's all it means. It means that we want to stop begging you for your school. We want you to get out of the way and let us straighten out the schools in Harlem. Yes, sir. I just answered it when I said from tonight on there'll be a hot time in the old town. I answered it when this gentleman over here asked. It's a song that we used to sing. An implication, an implied threat. I never imply any threats to anyone. I'm a Muslim. My religion is Islam. It's a religion of peace. And sir? Yes, I do believe there'll be further attempts on my life. I know them. They're foaming at the mouth. The rank and file Muslim means well. It's those at the hierarchy who are living off the fatted calf who don't mean well. And this coming Sunday at 2 o'clock, as I say, our program will be unfolded. Elijah Muhammad knows he has done some good things and he has done some bad things. He knows that if he had wanted to, he could have united our people with the Muslim world just by teaching the right religion of Islam. He could have done so. The entire Muslim world would have accepted him. As it is now, the Muslim world has rejected him. He can never go into the Muslim world saying that he's a prophet or that Allah came over here in the flesh. They would cut his head off if he said that over there. I mean, he knows this. None of his followers can go over there without denouncing him. It's impossible for them to go to Mecca or any other place unless they ascribe to Islam as it is ascribed to over there. So he was in a position to unite us with the Muslim world, those of us who are Muslims. He was also in a position to unite us with Africa. But you cannot read anything that Elijah Muhammad has ever written that's pro-African. I defy you to find one word in his direct writing that's pro-African. You can't find it. Listen to this question this man asked me. What are you trying to get at? No, he asked me, look, now I got to tell him what you asked me. He asked me, don't I think if I got hurt, you know, wouldn't some of my followers retaliate? What are you trying to say? Or what are you trying to get me to say? I mean, it's okay. I'm not going to get you in any trouble. These are your friends in here. But I just want them to hear what you're asking me. That's all. I just want them to hear what you're asking me. You wouldn't get no trouble in here.
Allah is the sun god in the style of the Phoenician race. Wallace Fard Muhammad is founder of NOI and Caucasian, and the god of the Caucasian is Tahuti, and Tahuti represents the moon. And this is why we see the crescent on the flag, and the star as well. The crescent represents the moon, and the star represents the sun god Jupiter, which also represents Allah. America is also moon-based, and the spirits from the moon program and control people, places, and things. And these spirits make sure black people follow, believe, and partake in other ethnic races, religions. Thanks for watching. My name is Tabu Unawanet, and I'm just making it known.